For my Unit 1 project, I decided to use the first source given to us and the other three sources that I found on my own and relate them all to technology on society and how much of an enormous effect it has had on us. I feel like all the three sources that I chose were great quality because they all talked about different aspects that technology has in society, but they all related together pretty well. I started my curated source collection with Barron, talking about just like how technology has grown in society and how society has changed from it, not necessarily in a positive or negative way because he didn't really talk about that, but more so how we have morphed because of it. The classic example is the pencil with the erasers. Teachers thought that having a pencil with eraser on it initially would make students lazy and careless and therefore make them make more errors. But in today's society, clearly teachers drill in students' head that revisions after revisions after revisions have to be made on each writing piece to make them as good as they can be to submit in to the teacher. That just shows how we've adapted and grown after accepting technology changes and technology advancements. I took my second source going after leaving off where Barron talked about the computer to then morphing the laptop to then my comic strip that I chose for my second source, which was a girl that's addicted to her laptop and claims that her apps are telling her to stay, which clearly can't happen. She's just letting it take over her mind and letting it control her life, which is a negative aspect of technology on society. And then I went further than that to 700 years in the future in an excerpt from Wall-E that shows technology completely overriding our society and it's essentially making us lazy and fat. An example of that was like halfway through the excerpt, a man fell out of his electronic chair and had to call a service robot to get him back into it. Wall-E pushed him in, of course, but the fact that he couldn't even stand up on his own and get back into his chair shows how technology has completely taken over in Wall-E's world, and that is not what we want. I decided to end my source collection with a speech on the positive sides of technology on society and how we have really, really, really advanced because of it. And I feel like people think more on the negative side than about the positives of technology on society, like entertainment and learning, which was talked about in the speech. Entertainment in the aspect of people that don't have enough time to make it to the gym in a day. It's convenient to just turn on the Wii Fit and do like a 30-minute workout to get their exercise in for the day versus having to travel all the way to the gym. In learning, we've learned so much as a society and grown, and our curriculums in school have become so much harder and we've become so much smarter because of technology. And I feel like people override and look at that, so I decided to end on a positive note and end with saying that we should embrace society and not let it control us like Wall-E, like it happened in Wall-E. Overall, all of my sources related to the larger conversation of technology on society, starting with how it came about, then the negatives, and then ending with the positives, but they all come back into one topic of technology affecting society. How did I use technology to enhance my project? I did Google Slides, which is more visually appealing. It's better than just looking at words on a paper, which is boring to some people, so I added pictures, made it more interactive. Like, it's just funner, it's just more to, like, better to look at, and I feel like people take more out of it. I also made a video as my reflection. That's how I use technology in my project. I'm not really tech savvy, and I don't really like recording myself, but I thought it'd be different than just writing a reflection paper. I really do think the sources, the quality of my sources that I had were really good. If I had to make my own research or if there was a hole that I'd find in my project, it would probably be, I think I touched on how it came about and the positive and negatives, but I left my fourth source saying that we need to embrace technology and use it to our full advantage. So I guess if I was to do my own research, I would probably look into what we could actually accomplish as a society if we embraced technology and use it to our full advantage and not let it take over us in any way, shape, or form. I'd probably look into what we could actually do and who we could actually be. I can see myself using one or more of my sources for Unit 2 because they all have different perspectives, which was in the Unit 2 project. I'm not sure about Unit 3. I feel like I would have to know more about what needs to be done for each of these to know if I actually could use it, but Unit 3 is more technology based, I guess, like because it's like more visual. Um, I don't know. I'd have to ask some questions definitely about the Unit 1 and Unit 2 project sheet to know if I could use my sources, but they definitely have potential to be used. But overall, I'm really, really happy with the sources I got and the work that analysis is that I came up with from it. I think I did a pretty good job, and recording this video was something I've never done before, so thumbs up for that. Thank you.